CRYPT Custodian is a clever and fun action-adventure with sharp humor and creative world design. The combat is snappy, the controls feel responsive, and each area is packed with secrets worth exploring. The ghostly janitor premise sets it apart with personality, and the art direction gives the environments a unique flavor. It balances combat and exploration nicely, with smart upgrades that encourage backtracking. A solid choice for those looking for something both weird and rewarding without taking itself too seriously. Runbow is a vibrant platformer for up to 9 people that includes competitive modes, local and internet play, and a vast single-player adventure. With each swipe of the backdrop, the game's universe changes, making it quick and enjoyable for up to 9 players. With hundreds of pieces of unlocked gallery material, players can compete in Run, Arena, or King of the Hill modes. Runbow also has insane multiplayer 5-game modes, 19 guest characters, hundreds of levels, and other features. Super Treasure Arena is a one-of-a-kind game that mixes traditional arcade fun with objective-based arena shooting for 4 players. It has 6 fantasy-themed levels, 5 customizable characters, and 2 dynamic gameplay styles. Players can obtain a variety of weaponry to defeat enemies. Classic mode lets players to defeat opponents by collecting cash from monsters and treasure chests, whilst Treasure Run mode requires players to survive while delivering loot-filled chests back to their home base. Outbuddies DX sinks deep into retro Metroidvania vibes with moody pixel art and a moody synth soundtrack to match. The dual character mechanic adds a clever twist, encouraging both exploration and puzzle solving without slowing things down. Enemy encounters feel fair but demand attention, and the map rewards curiosity with satisfying secrets. There's a strong sense of progression, and movement feels responsive and smooth. This is a thoughtful adventure that respects the classics while adding a distinct identity.
Hunt down every last flute.
The Inner World: The Last Wind Monk is a beautifully crafted point-and-click adventure with heart, humor, and charm. The quirky art style and expressive characters pull you into a whimsical world that's both strange and endearing. Puzzles are clever without being frustrating, and the story delivers a touching message wrapped in witty dialogue and absurd moments. Voice acting is top-notch, bringing each character to life in a memorable way. It's a delightful journey for fans of narrative-driven games and clever puzzle solving. The Coma 2 Vicious Sisters is an exciting game that takes players on a quest to discover the dark history of the Siwa area and battle the evil Vicious Sisters. The game depicts a distorted universe, a twisted and corrupted area, and mysterious characters with secret motives. Players must solve riddles and collect clues in order to confront the Vicious Sisters and their evil past. The game blends aspects of horror, mystery, and psychological thriller to provide an immersive and atmospheric experience. Rigid Force Redux beams with vibrant visuals and satisfying side-scrolling action. Every level feels energetic, with responsive controls and impactful weapons that make each encounter engaging. The soundtrack pumps with retro synth vibes that suit the pacing well. Smart enemy patterns and smooth difficulty scaling keep things exciting without being overwhelming. A solid arcade-style shooter that respects the classics while adding just enough freshness to keep players coming back for more. A sharp, focused title that sticks the landing. Colt Canyon is an exciting roguelike adventure in which players must rescue their abducted mate from bandits. Players must utilize revolvers and TNT to cross a dangerous canyon teeming with secret treasures, strong weaponry, obstacles, and terrifying opponents. They may even save more than their companion, but the quest is far from done. The game boasts a diverse cast of characters, local cooperative gameplay, upgrades, randomized levels, strategic stealth and exhilarating action, intense boss battles, permadeath, and exceptional replay value. Pumpkin Jack is a 3D platformer in which players take on the role of Jack, the mythical pumpkin lord, and go on an epic adventure across exotic settings. The game's color palettes are bright, and the lighting effects are of great quality. To prevail in dynamic real-time conflicts, players must master combination strikes, evading, and timing. To defeat opponents, they must unlock weaponry and make clever choices. They make acquaintances along the road, including a pompous hooty owl and a harsh crow. Legend Bowl is a refreshing throwback to classic football games, blending retro aesthetics with deep gameplay mechanics. The pixel art is charming, and the animations are surprisingly smooth, giving each match a nostalgic yet lively feel. What really stands out is the strategic depth. This isn't just arcade fun. Playbooks, weather effects, and player fatigue add layers of realism. Franchise mode is addictively detailed, letting you build and manage your dream team over multiple seasons. It's a satisfying mix of old-school charm and modern sports simulation done right. GUNKID 99 is a shoot-'em-up platformer game. Players move through handcrafted courses in 2 modes, avoiding traps and combating a variety of adversaries. With over 25 weapons, 30 special powers, and extensive battle customization choices, players may try out numerous methods to get the greatest score. Over 30 handcrafted stages, as well as tight combat elements like double jumps, wall kicks, and dodge rolls, are key aspects. The game's infinite replayability enables players to always improve their skills and strive for the greatest possible results. Shakedown Hawaii explodes with retro chaos and satirical humor, throwing players into a wild open-world sandbox packed with missions, businesses to take over, and pixels that pop with color. The 16-bit aesthetic pops with nostalgic flair, while the soundtrack drives each reckless move forward. It's hilarious, hectic, and packed with tongue-in-cheek commentary on modern consumerism. A mix of business management and mayhem makes every session unpredictable and addictive in the best way possible. Super Chariot turns a simple concept into a clever and engaging puzzle platformer. The physics-based mechanics demand teamwork, precision, and timing, especially in co-op. Level design encourages exploration without feeling repetitive, and the visuals are vibrant with a whimsical art style. The humor lands well, and the challenge builds at a satisfying pace. Momentum and rope mechanics are surprisingly strategic, a smart choice for anyone who enjoys couch co-op and inventive traversal-based gameplay.
The Soviets are heading in the opposite direction.
Little Orpheus dives into a vibrant, side-scrolling adventure packed with color, humor, and clever storytelling. The retro sci-fi aesthetic feels fresh, supported by expressive animations and witty narration that keeps the tone light and engaging. Each level feels thoughtfully designed, shifting between lush jungles and surreal landscapes with smooth transitions. The soundtrack adds a cinematic edge, enhancing the mood without overwhelming the gameplay. It's a bold, imaginative journey worth exploring for those seeking something different.
Team, unite up!
The wonderful 101 Remastered is wild, chaotic fun with a creative combat system that keeps things fresh. Controlling a swarm of superheroes to form weapons on the fly feels unique and rewarding. The stylized visuals pop with color, and the high-energy soundtrack keeps momentum strong. Mission variety and humor give the campaign real personality. There's real satisfaction in mastering each move and combo. It may take time to adjust to the mechanics, but once things click, it's an action game like no other. Loddlenaut is an underwater adventure game in which players go on an ocean cleaning job on an extraterrestrial planet. They are an intergalactic custodian entrusted with removing the pollution left by a space corporation. The game contains a wide, open-world setting with aquatic organisms known as loddles that change dependent on their nutrition. players utilize bubble cannons to remove rubbish and acquire ingenious technologies to combat ocean pollution. The waste gathered is recycled into useful objects and upgrades. Star Trek Prodigy Supernova is a vibrant sci-fi adventure filled with puzzles, teamwork, and light combat. The visuals are colorful, the voice acting fits perfectly, and the story stays true to the animated series. Each planet visited feels distinct, with clever level design and character-based abilities keeping gameplay fresh. Music and sound design add to the atmosphere without feeling overdone. A solid game that balances accessibility with just enough challenge to keep things engaging across multiple play sessions.
There's no time down. You need to find rock.
Cat Girl Without Salad Amuse-Bouche is pure chaos in the best way possible. Colorful visuals pop off the screen while the wild mix of weapons and genre shifts keep things exciting. The humor is non-stop, packed with self-aware jokes and goofy characters. Music slaps hard, matching the ridiculous tone perfectly. Controls feel smooth, and switching playstyles mid-level adds just the right amount of madness. A fun ride that never takes itself too seriously, yet still keeps players locked in from the first blast to the final boss.
And either I'll get your love back, or I'll die.
Its final hopes with a Yamato.
Soul CRESTA is a bold return to the golden age of arcade shooters, backed by crisp visuals and a dramatic soundtrack that keeps energy levels high. The dock-undock mechanic adds real depth, encouraging strategy rather than just reflexes. Stage design feels deliberate, with enemies and bullet patterns pushing skill and timing. Each boss encounter feels earned, not cheap. For those craving classic arcade action with a fresh twist, this one is hard to ignore. There's clear passion behind every pixel and explosion, and it shows.
Vertical display mode. Challenge yourself and turn up.
Retro City Rampage is an 8-bit criminal game set in 1989 that provides players with an exciting experience with over 60 story missions, 40 arcade challenges, a large array of weapons, power-ups, cars, character customization, and over 2.5 hours of chiptune music. The game pays tribute to popular culture with a story mode, arcade challenges, and a busy city atmosphere complete with stores, minigames, and treasures. The ROM City Rampage prototype version is an exact replica of 8-bit hardware, and players may experience official crossovers and minigames.
Came for your salvation.
The Blind Prophet sets a moody tone right away, using sharp comic-style visuals and a striking color palette to build a dark, atmospheric world. Dialogue is sharp, with each conversation adding weight to the unfolding mystery. The puzzles are clever without being frustrating, and the pacing keeps things interesting without dragging. Sound design adds depth, enhancing the eerie environments. It's a well-constructed point-and-click adventure that keeps its edge through clever writing, bold art, and a story that keeps pressing forward with purpose. Symphonia is a striking mix of action and emotion, wrapped in an art style that feels hand-drawn and alive. The music pairs perfectly with each swing, glide, and leap, creating a rhythm that fuels every moment. Combat feels responsive, and traversal has a satisfying pace. The game's world is small but dense, with enough secrets and clever design to reward curiosity. A steady sense of progress and momentum keeps things engaging. For those seeking something artistic with depth, this one definitely deserves attention. Dead End Job is an original, randomly generated couch co-op game in which the main goal is to collect ghosts. Players assume the persona of Hectoplasm and work for Ghoul-Be Gone, a prominent paranormal pest management company. To eradicate spirit visitors, they must visit haunted offices, restaurants, and other locations. The game combines 90s cartoons and current horror, with vivid and quirky imagery that transforms everyday items into phantoms. Players must manage the rigors of their career while attempting to free their mentor's spirit from perpetual haunting. Garfield, a popular feline, returns to a frantic racing game. players select their character and cart depending on their own characteristics and racing style. The goal is to sprint beyond the starting line and outperform opponents. Players can obtain an edge by using extra goods such as the pillow or the magic wand. The game supports up to 8 players in both local and online modes, including multiplayer support for up to 4 players in split-screen mode and 8 players in online mode. The game allows users to customize their avatars and carts to improve their performance on the course.
Mighty Switch Force Collect!
Mighty Switch Force Collection packs 4 puzzle platformers into one solid bundle filled with clever mechanics and vibrant pixel art. Switching blocks mid-jump feels crisp and rewarding, especially as stages grow trickier. The music pumps energy into every level, and the bite-sized missions are perfect for quick sessions. Patricia Wagon's missions remain engaging, mixing reflex and strategy. This set brings back that classic arcade spirit with a modern spark. It's easy to replay, hard to put down, and manages to keep things fresh with each game. Thanks everyone for watching. If you liked any one of these games, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Hope to see you on the next one. And stay awesome.
In the face.